Hello, everybody. That wrestling guy just got done watching the Star Trek Original Series episode City on the Edge of Forever. This is widely regarded to be one of the best episodes of the original Star Trek series. It's episode 4276 of time travel involving Star Trek. In this, McCoy is accidentally given a dose of. I don't know if it's ever actually named what he's given a dose of. He's given a dose of something that makes him go nuts and feral, and he starts um, trying to beam himself down to an odd planet that they've yet to visit before. And when they get down there, there's a portal that talks that tells them they can take them to anywhere in time with a multitude of stock footage. Um, and so they decide to go to the 1930s, if I'm not mistaken. And what happens is McCoy jumps in there because he's still deranged, and then Spock and Kirk go after him. Don't get me wrong, I liked this episode. I mean, it wasn't terrible or anything, but the biggest problem I have with this is a lot of the supporting characters who I feel make this show weren't on it that much. People like Uhura, people like Scotty, people like Sulu. Even some red shirts would have been nice. I mean, yeah, you see them when they beam down, but they're barely there. I think my biggest problem with this is Captain Kirk and Spock to a lesser extent, not so much, but Captain Kirk isn't a draw to me, so episodes that predominantly feature him don't really interest me all that much. It could just be a personal bias, but I found the episode to be lackluster. I mean, I kind of thought this would be a DeForest Kelly heavy episode, but he wasn't really in it all that much until the end. All in all, this has been widely regarded to be one of the best, if not the best, episodes of the original series, and it just wasn't for me. The pacing was really slow. Now, I don't know if it's because I have ADD, and this was set 20 years before I was even born, but I couldn't get into this one, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to crap all over the forgotten gems, but this just didn't do it for me.
Hi guys, I'm sorry if my audio level is a little low. I'm feeling a little under the weather right now. I've gotten a bit of a cold, but it's not going to stop me from reviewing this episode. So I can understand why this episode would be considered one of the most popular episodes of the original series, considering a lot of the other episodes were very cheesy. Now that could just be me looking back on this with a little bit of a bias, especially considering that Next Generation is my favorite series. But I could definitely see why people like this, and this is probably the reason why The Voyage Home was selected to be such a good movie. Now, it's got the same basic concept of all your characters traveling back in time, but you keep Scotty, you keep Chekhov, you keep Uhura, you keep Sulu. They all go back in time. It's not just Spock and Kirk. I find that the dynamic between Spock and Kirk isn't always as good as it could be. Like, this was a great episode to develop their characters and show them more being friends, but you feel that was wasted with Spock going around like, look at me trying to build computers with vacuum tubes. Like, I'm sorry, but just it didn't work for me. Can I say that this is the worst episode? No, especially considering when there's ones like Trouble with Triples, which was, to me, pointless and stupid. And when you have episodes like, I'm Captain Kirk, I'm Captain Kirk. So, yeah, I gotta say that this is probably one of the best of the series that I find completely boring. But that's just me looking back from this with my nostalgia goggles askew. So, hopefully that the other reviewers have put this into perspective for you.